Kim Go-eun's shocking marriage announcement to Seo Kang Joon, the press conference that shook Korea. The entertainment world thrives on speculation. Every glance, every rumor, every late-night paparazzi shot can spark a wildfire. But sometimes, reality strikes harder than any gossip ever could. That's exactly what happened when Kim Go-eun, one of Korea's most admired actresses, walked into a press hall in Seoul and shattered every illusion. With calm composure and eyes filled with quiet courage, she announced her marriage to actor Seo Kang Joon. The shock was instant. The ripple effects, earth-shaking. And in that single moment, an entire nation, no, the entire world, watched history being written in real time. Before the storm, the air was electric that night. The Seoul Press Hall had seen countless events before, but never one like this. Journalists whispered theories, bloggers typed half-ready headlines, and fans outside chanted Kim Go-eun's name under the chilly autumn sky. For weeks, rumors had been swirling. Was she preparing for Hollywood? Signing an international contract? Or maybe announcing a bold career shift? But no one, absolutely no one, expected what was coming. The moment she spoke. When Kim Go-eun entered the hall, the energy shifted. Dressed in a simple yet elegant white gown, she looked radiant but uncharacteristically solemn. Her smile was faint, her eyes heavy with the weight of unspoken truths. "Thank you for coming," she began softly, her voice steady but tinged with emotion. "Today, I must share something that will change everything you thought you knew about me." The hall fell silent. Not a cough, not a whisper. Then came the words that detonated like a bomb. "I am getting married," the groom revealed. Chaos exploded. Reporters shouted questions, microphones shot forward, cameras flashed like lightning. The crowd demanded one thing. Who? Kim Go-eun took a breath, glanced briefly at the cameras, and spoke the name. "Seo Kang Joon." Gasps. Screams. Shock. It wasn't just news. It was a revelation. Lee Min-ho, the silent storm. And then, as if the moment wasn't dramatic enough, all eyes turned to one man sitting quietly in the front row. Lee Min-ho, her legendary co-star from The King, Eternal Monarch. The man fans had paired her with in endless shipping fantasies. The man many believed was her real-life love. The camera lenses captured his frozen reaction. The slight tightening of his jaw. The unreadable look in his eyes. Within minutes, the photo was viral, dissected in every possible way. Some saw heartbreak. Others saw support. But everyone agreed, it was the moment that completed the drama. A love hidden in shadows. As the chaos simmered, Kim Go-eun finally opened up. She revealed that she and Seo Kang Joon had been together for years, far from the spotlight, hidden from gossip, untouched by public scrutiny. "We wanted our love to be ours," she said softly. "Love is fragile when too many eyes are watching. We chose to protect it because it mattered more than fame, more than rumors, more than anything else." Her words hit hard. In an industry where privacy is almost impossible, this was an act of rebellion. A declaration that love, when true, deserves silence before it deserves applause. The entrance of Seo Kang Joon. Then, as if on cue, he appeared. Seo Kang Joon stepped onto the stage, tall and striking in a classic black suit. His presence silenced the storm once again. He took her hand, fingers intertwining, and when he spoke, his voice carried both strength and vulnerability. "For years, people have only known me as an actor. But with her, I became more than that. Kim Go-eun has been my strength, my inspiration, my everything. I cannot imagine my life without her." The room softened. Even the most hardened journalist couldn't deny the raw sincerity in his words. This wasn't a stunt. This was love. Social media meltdown. Within seconds, the world was on fire. Twitter trended with hashtags in Korean, English, Thai, French. Instagram flooded with fan edits of the couple. TikTok lit up with live reaction videos, some fans screaming, others crying. Fan communities crashed from the traffic. Global news outlets from Seoul to New York blasted the headline. Kim Go-eun to marry Seo Kang Joon. The reactions split into camps. Broken-heart Lee Min-ho shippers were heartbroken, mourning the fantasy pairing that never was. Smiling face with heart eyes, Seo Kang Joon fans were ecstatic, cheering for their quiet favorite. Astonished face neutral fans were simply overwhelmed by the bravery it took to go public. It was the most polarizing love revelation in K-drama history. The question everyone asked. Eventually, the inevitable question came. Kim Go-eun, how did Lee Min-ho react? The hall froze again. Her answer was graceful. Lee Min-ho is a dear friend and colleague. What we shared on screen was special, and I will always be grateful for it. But love is not a script. Love chooses its own path. My path led me to Seo Kang Joon. Respect. That was the word that swept the hall after she spoke. A cultural reset. For many, this was bigger than gossip. It was history. Kim Go-eun, at 34, had redefined what it means to love publicly as a female star in Korea. She stood before the world and chose honesty over image, truth over fear. Seo Kang Joon, at her side, embodied loyalty and devotion in an industry known for fragile romances. Together, they represented something rare, love that had survived fame, distance, and silence. Why they waited? When asked why they had hidden their relationship for so long, Kim Go-eun's answer was simple. The entertainment world is merciless. A single headline can ruin reputations. Paparazzi flashes can turn affection into scandal. By keeping our love private, we gave it the chance to grow strong. And now, we are ready. That line alone broke the internet. Fans reposted it endlessly, calling it one of the most honest confessions in K-drama culture. The aftermath. By the time the press conference ended, the world had changed. Reporters scrambled to write headlines. Brands rushed to pitch contracts. Fan artists uploaded wedding illustrations within hours. And fans everywhere dreamed of the wedding day. Would it be private? Would it be grand? Would Lee Min-ho attend? Speculation exploded, but one truth remained unshaken. This was not just a marriage announcement. This was a cultural moment. The legacy. As the lights dimmed and the couple left the stage hand in hand, the truth settled like a quiet storm. Kim Go-eun and Seo Kang Joon had done something extraordinary. They had chosen love in a world that profits from illusion. For fans, it was more than shocking news. It was a reminder that behind every glamorous facade, there are fragile, human hearts that long for connection. And in declaring their love, they gave the world something rare, an authentic, unfiltered story of courage and devotion. Conclusion. Kim Go-eun's announcement will be remembered not just as a headline, but as a turning point. It was a story of bravery, of love kept in the shadows, only to shine brighter when revealed. It was about Seo Kang Joon, the man who stood by her. About Lee Min-ho, whose silent presence added unspoken weight. And about fans, whose divided reactions only proved how much they cared. But above all, it was about love, real love, that survived against all odds. Kim Go-eun is getting married. And the world will never forget the day she said it.